ending your 45 seconds of logos with this cursed Eddie Murphy-Richard Simmons mashup and somehow making me wish the logos had lasted a little bit longer.
I'm a pony! I'm a pony!
You were not. Placing your character development food angled and face forward in the fridge like you're in a movie or something.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm!
That would be a horrible way to sell exercise tapes. Whatever evolutionary mandate caused a hamster to stop in this position and flop around like this in order to attract a female of a completely separate species is some survival of the fittest I'm not sure I want to understand. Parking in the middle of the goddamn crosswalk. Since his name is on screen, I'll just go ahead and bow to the great Rick Baker and his ability to make me believe Eddie Murphy could be every single actor in this entire movie. Taunting Richard Gere. Trying to retcon the car crash from earlier to have happened after the crosswalk.
I locked these cages, and I picked up my portfolio and turned around to the left.
Fat jokes that completely disregard the loud buzzer and the sound of a bajillion cage doors falling open that you would definitely have noticed.
Yeah, I must have grazed the switch.
Having a single switch open every single cage in the room as if that's something you would need a switch for. Also placing that switch in a common area instead of behind a door somewhere. I guess that's what you get for going with comedy of errors construction for your contractor.
Anything I can get for you? Juice, coffee, rack of lamb?
On one hand, this movie has some pretty egregious fat shaming going on. But on the other hand, it's kind of the point and makes an effort towards empathy and understanding. On the third hand, though, it can still be pretty cringy. But on the fourth hand, it can occasionally also be hilarious. So I'm just going to send me all of a sudden growing 2 extra hands just to try and figure out if I'm supposed to be offended.
Allow me to answer that question by posing another.
This guy is an asshole. I get it. Still, people who answer questions with questions, and double people who tell you they are going to do it before they do it.
Not gerbils, sir, a hamster. Gerbils are more streamlined, and hamsters have a tendency to be fluffier. And the male hamster's scrotum has a tendency to be disproportionately... Never mind.
Clump stops short of being excellent at rodent genitalia. Never mind. Dean Richmond just said some racist shit about inner city schools, and much like The Help, this movie thinks making him consume poop in some way makes up for Jim Crow era policies. There's no way that with all these students there wouldn't be at least one of them who would tell him what was happening here. Even if they are all assholes, there's always at least one holier-than-thou asshole in the room to take the karma.
Gonna be a pop quiz on Wednesday.
That's just a quiz, asshole. Jumping on the end of your ink pen. Pencils, fine. Erasers are soft and chewy and shaped like nipples, but no pens. This is some sugar-filled bullshit. Anyone who snacks all the time doesn't have a secret drawer full of candy like some kind of 007 with Willy Wonka as their personal cue. You have a regular drawer full of empty wrappers and a note from your doctor saying you're pre-diabetic.
Hi, I'm Carla Purdy.
Movie clearly attended the undergraduate wing of the James Bond School of Naming Women Characters.
And that's fine. She's fine.
Taking 3 sentences to realize the ass walking away from you belongs to a person. Sherman has apparently invented some sort of quantum nutrition destabilizer, because the amount of greens on Cletus's plate during his Oprah speech has gone from a decent helping to non-existent to piling on a giant helping with gravy, and now the portion is almost gone.
Come on, Cletus. Come over here. Come on in. Let's show walk. Then you're gonna limp back. You walk over, but you're limping back.
Eddie Murphy is firing on all cylinders in these family scenes. I'll have to take another sin away, aren't I?
Hercules, Hercules.
The amount of times we all imitated this moment when the movie came out is absolutely a sin.
Only thing you need to study is your ass.
Proctological directives.
You want your colon cleansed? Fine, I'm gonna clean mine.
This colon cleanses on for all the some time.
You can talk about putting a tube in somebody's ass, but I can't break wind.
Cletus would be the fart master general at talking about putting a tube in somebody's ass sins.
Oh, son, listen to me. You are special.
No farts, not interested. Skip.
Look your address up in the faculty directory. Hope you don't mind.
Not looking up her phone number and giving that a test drive first.
No, not at all.
Since the realm of outcomes here could be anything between dinner at Carrabba's and being stuffed inside the wall of a research lab, you absolutely should f***ing mind.
Are you asking me out on a date?
My normal skip is replaced with the irritation that going on dates is 90% of the film's plot. The rest is farts.
I love to scream. Oh! Screaming's good for you. Cleans the epiglottis.
First, that was more of a yell or testimonial shout, so perhaps we can get Wilhelm in here for a consult. Second, no, screaming is not good for your throat. It adds trauma to the vocal cords, just like coughing or clearing your throat. Drink some water. Swallowing is always a better option. Sherman puts this foil into the microwave, and the movie doesn't even use it as an exploding microwave joke. I feel cheated. Why do we see this Burt Lancaster type running from here to short of eternity with her, and then it's Sherman the rest of the daydream? Was there a joke cut? Why his other person?
Pounds do not lose themselves.
Nope, not in the music or the moment. They never own it and always let it go. It's like you give them one shot and they miss the chance to blow. These kinds of opportunities only come once in a lifetime. Ah, the classic overweight guy looks like a fool trying to work out montage. Look, this might be how people feel when they start working out. Scenes like this actually make it harder to push through that barrier because they confirm what is usually a self-imposed excuse. I think it's important to be able to laugh at ourselves, but sometimes we could maybe not laugh so hard about other people's genuine health struggles. Dang it, I forgot to be funny. Trampoline make boobs go boingy boingy. Better? Thinking you can improve your skill and cardio this much in less than a week when you're much more likely to injure yourself by going too hard too fast. Also, too hard too fast was my college girl. Montel Jordan explains to us the way in which we do it during a movie in the 90s cliche. Can't play it for you, but currently Montel Jordan is pretending that he sings more than one song. I don't mind if you don't eat all your cheesecake. It's rich. I get it. But so help me if you don't at least eat that cherry on top. That is a character flaw of the highest degree.
You got more crack than Harlem. Look at that.
This movie pointing out the cruelty in fat jokes is like the pot brownie calling the kettle corn unhealthy.
Look, that comic tonight, he was...
Hilarious until it was about you? Because I seem to remember you enjoying the weave and extension jokes.
You go to the store and you buy those little candy bars in the bag, and before you know it, the whole bag is empty.
Thinking that those bags end up empty when we all know they end up with all the tiny almond joys left in them that no one wanted. I have an idea. Let's overpower the wonderful taste of milk chocolate with the bitter taste of almonds. Not enough? How about some coconut as well? Wasting half the candy you're supposed to be shame binging on.
What's the status? He's getting fatter.
The movie really wants to make fun of people's bodies, while at the same time having a message that everyone is beautiful. It's like a war film that doesn't want to glorify violence. It was sort of doomed on that front from the start. Can we slow-mo this doctor getting bellied through this window? Does he disappear? I mean, I know he gets enveloped, but then when the window breaks, shouldn't he be bounced out? What happened to him? Also, now that we are freeze-framed on this belly coming through these three windows, I suddenly want to watch Total Recall again, and I can't figure out why.
He's gonna blow!
Comedy.
Shelley, you've been a guinea pig long enough.
You may say that it's fine to call a hamster a guinea pig because it's a figure of speech, but I find your argument to be both specious and speciesist. Sherman will adapt his formula from rodent to human and whip up a batch in one night, and that's some movie bull.
I can see my
There is evidence that you could have seen it before if you really wanted to. Men. This pre-make of The Substance is lacking a bit of the nuance that movie is famous for. Also, this is the first time Eddie has stared down the fourth wall in this movie, and he's not quite cheeky enough to get away with it.
Sherman didn't tell you about me?
No.
It's completely silly that Sherman decides to lie here when there is absolutely no need to, outside of the plot needing to hide its Jekyll.
I think me and you need to hook up.
In the original Nutty Professor, it was about a character wanting to go from a nerdy professor to a suave player. But here, the goal was physical weight loss, and the personality stuff is shifted to the side effects may occur part of the pharmaceutical commercial. So Sherman being transformed into a person who acts and talks so differently than him is a failure of the science behind the formula, more than a lesson in being true to yourself. If someone is touching your shoulder and their hand does this, there is no way you don't notice it unless a script has directed you not to.
He's very handsome and athletic, but I don't feel comfortable talking to you about that.
Which is why I went into detail with no hesitation when you asked.
And I think you should definitely go out with Buddy Love.
Carla was given nothing to do in this movie other than to go on dates and talk about future and past dates. Pen scar? I told you to stop chewing on those things.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I want the world to know that I was late!
This works.
6 T-bones, 5 baked potatoes, and 2 servings of cream spinach. I have never seen anyone eat so much.
Following the script to the point that you ignore all of these corn carcasses. Also, serving red wine and a champagne flute. Jada giving away her awareness of future events by covering her glass here before Eddie does his full Heimlich spit-out routine makes her the little boy in North by Northwest covering his ears of 90s comedies.
Look at Reggie's gums and teeth. Look like his mother had an affair with Mr. Ed.
There's no way every single person in this room gets that reference enough to go crazy like this. Sure, I may know every single word to the entire Mr. Ed theme song, but I'm special.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, because I like black people.
Are you sure? Because half your crowd shtick that we've seen has been about black women's hair.
Your mother's so fat.
No one will be seated during the great Your Mother's So Fat battle of 1996.
Reggie's mama so fat that the bitch get her toenails painted in Earl Shine!
Earl Scheib? I apologize for saying the Mr. Ed reference was a bit obscure. I clearly was not familiar with your game. Earl Scheib is Dennis Miller-level referential obscurity. Astonishing stuff. Also, it's an auto body shop. Hilarious! But your toenails don't get bigger when you put on some weight, so the idea that you would need an auto body shop to paint them doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It wasn't the bending of this doll's arm that made it uncanny as much as it was when his chin hit his belly button.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Me and Reggie want to send one out to a very special lady in the house tonight.
Jada Pinkett Smith smiles in appreciation when someone assaults a comedian for her honor cliche.
That was amazing.
Seriously, the fact that Carla loved that verbal and physical beatdown he just gave Reggie makes me hate her character more than I already hate Buddy Love. What is the movie trying to say here?
Miss Purdy, let me tell you, that kiss was probably the most wonderful kiss I've ever.
Weird part about movie chemists is how they always design their products to lose their effectiveness not only gradually and in one area at a time, but also they design them for maximum comedic progression. Better comedy through chemistry, kids. Jason came here to drink sparkling water, play with cocktail straws, and snoop on random people's bills.
Okay, fella, what are you doing with the professor's credit card? Where'd you get it?
Sherman's lip is never that big. Why is it that big now? And why does this movie now feel like Bugs Bunny is going to show up and ask directions to Albuquerque? Cop lights this flare and puts it in the middle of the crime scene where it is more likely to be a tripping hazard than it is to alert people to possible danger. I know you've circled the Viper, but hold up. How did you only spend $165.75 at that trendy restaurant that includes a show? Especially when we know you ate.
6 T-bones, 5 baked potatoes, and 2 servings of cream spinach.
And that's before we even get to the alcohol.
I'm going to strangle you and choke off your air supply until you pass away.
Placing an "and" in a sentence that deserved a "by" or "until I."
He was mean last night. It was so unlike you.
And yet, and I can't stress this enough, Carla was eating it up. She loved it. Every second of it. Carla is a terrible human and Sherman deserves better.
But he's dangerous. He almost killed us last night.
Actually, it was Sherman returning to normal size that almost got you killed.
Well, I feel like this is all my fault.
But despite how terrible and dishonest I've been with you, I'm going to immediately ask you out on another date because I think the script wants us to end up together.
I can't wait for Sherman to bring me home some grandbaby.
Encouraging kidnapping by not specifying that you want them to be your grandbabies.
Little cunnilingus ain't never hurt nobody.
HPV has entered the chat.
I hope your ass turned into a frog.
Using your precious wishes on manifesting a butt-phibian.
I should be the one to apologize.
You should not.
No, wait a minute. You can't be you. We agreed that you wouldn't do this.
That's right. Listen to the lab assistant that no one even realized was in this story a few minutes ago, but is now apparently your crucial conscience and confidant. He must know what he's talking about. Thinking that the histamine-inducing nightmare of floral bukkake all over your apartment is romantic and not terrifying.
Sorry I haven't phoned, but I haven't been myself lately.
Plus, I know you like to read cards aloud for the audience.
I didn't say anything about going to any room with you.
I just want to spend some time with you by ourselves. I want to eat alone, quiet. I would never disrespect you.
Buddy eventually fails at getting his way here, but this explanation works for way longer than it had any right to.
Have you seen Professor Clumpy? He's 40 minutes late for his meeting.
So Buddy takes Carla to the exact same hotel that the dean wanted Sherman to meet him at, even though he has no intention of meeting with the rich donor. If he didn't want to get mixed up in this convenient geographical conundrum, why the hell did he bring her here for dinner?
I bet you have on a thong made of licorice, don't you?
Trying to improve the taste of licorice.
Let's get a big round of applause for the woman with the nice ass, huh?
The entertainment industry.
I had 2 titties, now I have 6. That's multiplication.
Goodwill stunting. I find it hard to believe that any kind of impressive lovemaking occurred when everyone's makeup is still immaculate.
Now Dean Richmond. Where's Buddy?
Making me use the name Sexy Girl #1 in the subtitles because that's her actual character name in the movie, when all I wanted to do was point out this convenient third act conflict cliche.
Oh my goodness.
You literally woke up in bed with those women. None of this is a surprise to you.
We have seen the last of Buddy Love.
Maybe not, if you're going to hold every vial up as high as you can before pouring it down the drain. There is a good to fair chance that you're going to accidentally get some in your mouth. And coincidentally, a good to fair chance that you're going to accidentally get some in your mouth was the slogan for the now defunct CinemaSins line of hard seltzers.
When did you marry Sharon Stone? Keep those legs crossed.
Come on, man. She's been in more than one movie. You could have gone with Consider That a Divorce.
I can't eat this. This stuff is too tiny. I can't get full of this mess.
Not realizing that every food you eat is bite-sized when you really think about it.
I lost 300 pounds in 30 seconds. Thanks, Mega Shake.
300 pounds? So that would put Sherman at what, 480 or so? Sure, he's overweight, but he's not 500 pounds.
If I drink 500 milliliters of formula, I have enough cellular stability to be rid of Sherman's ass forever.
I once met a toddler with a vendetta that said this same exact shit. Also, he has no reason to tell Jason any of this other than being a villain in a movie.
Is that a test tube in my pocket, or am I just happy to see you?
The sexual assault occurring kind of makes that question irrelevant.
It's showtime, everybody!
To just about everyone other than the dean and Hartley, Buddy is a complete stranger they have never seen before, and regardless of how confident he is, he has been yelling nonstop since he entered the alumni ball. Someone here would absolutely call the police. This movie is horribly misinformed about what counts as charisma and about race relations in the 90s.
Maybe it's because this morning I weighed 400 pounds.
See? That would mean, based on the joke ad he did earlier, he should be a measly 100 pounds now. You have been caught in your lies, buddy love. If you can't trust weight loss ad parodies done by hyperbolic satirical characters in a silly comedy film, who can you trust?
I like to call it Buddy's Wonder Tonic.
I get that this is some kind of nod to 1963's The Nutty Professor. Still, this is an awful name with an outdated branding strategy for 1996.
I cannot let you do this anymore!
And as such, I have come here by myself without notifying any other staff, authorities, or exorcists about the dangerous experimentation taking place on this college campus. I mean, last time it was about a woman trying to trick me into relations and hippies smoking a joint on the quad, but this is different, I swear! I can't believe that I've had to say this in multiple films, but to reiterate once again, there is no independent brain control in different parts of the body. We are not octopuses. If the head and brain are still buddy love, the giant hand punches the abused hamster boy.
This is some scary shit.
Cletus is usually full of hot air, but in this case, he is absolutely correct. This is a horror movie with an identity crisis. This man's stylohyaloid ligament survives this. I guess we're just accepting this physics-defying cellular reorganization as canon now, but why would it affect the dead cells of the hair?
Sherman, I don't have a date tonight. Would you like to dance with me?
Saying this instead of, what the hell was that thing where your entire body looked like melted clay? Are you okay? Holy shit, like seriously, what the f was that?
I thought you might need this.
Why, with all the urgency surrounding this situation, did you stop to pick up Sherman's suit? This guy's worse than Jiminy Cricket.
You know, one thing I couldn't stand about that buddy?
What's that?
He was too damn scrawny.
So judging people's appearance for being overweight, bad. But judging people's appearance for being underweight, hilarious. Just making sure I understand the rules. The fact that these outtakes are the first time many watching this movie realized that Eddie was playing all these parts is pretty impressive. But way to ruin the magic of the movies, killjoys.
We don't see your ass no more.
I'll kick your ass.
Only thing you need to study is your ass. I got a big ass. Your mama got a big ass. You do have a big ass. Asses is big in our family. Can your asshole? Your ass about to break through the seat of your pants.
Colon cleansing. Getting my colon cleansed thoroughly.
You want your colon cleansed? Yeah, now my colon is clean.
Stop breaking gas. Don't break gas and...
You the one that brought up colon cleansing up.
I did not say anything about breaking gas that I was gonna
I
get
was
my
in there
colon
now. You
clean.
talk about putting a tube in somebody's ass, but I can't break wind.
Nobody's ass
Well, what you
said-
think a colonic is? You think you run the asshole by the car wash? What your name is?
The crack of your ass.
I hope you fall to your asshole falls out.
I messed up my pants.
It's a full moon tonight!
People look forward to your farts. I smell shit. Define her asshole! Wreck his mama's ass.
Figure your fat ass, I remember popping off gas. I hope your ass turned into a frog.
Don't nobody want to hear your flatulence.
Chunky butt sex life. Saddlebag syndrome. Tank ass.
Gluteus minimus, wonderful ass. Nice ass, huh? Everyone has a nice ass at this table. Is this the nice ass section?
A man with an ass as big as his. You fat ass blubber butt!
And I wouldn't you with B. Arthur's.
Don't you feel like a pony when you sweat?
He instituted a very rigorous training method.
So as Arsenio used to say, this some good ass cheese.
Allow me to answer that question by posing another.
Have you seen a man eat his own head?
I promise you, the most helpful throughout the course of your study, because this equation fundamentally.
Friday night at 8, and I will not be late. She might be my mate. I can make things out of clay and lay by the bay. I just may. What do you say?
Don't call me professor. Call me
P. Sherman 42, Wallaby Way, Sydney.
We need that IV rig in now.
IV rig coming in.
Darren, I need 2,000 cc's of white wine.
Your lip is swollen.
It is not that serious.
Never seen a brother wearing a circus tent before?
Circus.
As they say in medical terms, gluteus minimus.
Commander of the armies of the North. General of the Felix Legions.
Now find a rich dummy and seat. It's showtime.
Somebody stop me!